I'm getting my 6 and 9s mixed up over there. But what's going to be interesting in this matchup is once Cooper Schneider, depending on this at-bat, gets done, he's going to get to see the top of the lineup early on, too. So we're going to see 2 new pitchers early on into the lineup as we are having the home plate umpire trying to communicate here with the press box to our statistician as Kyle Dyson is going to come talk to his batter, Cooper Schneider. What are you hearing over there, James?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It seems like it's a field issue they're looking at, maybe something behind the mound. It looks like there's water coming up maybe behind the mound, and it looks like they're going to go take a look at that. That's Dylan Lee, the assistants there with John Stark, and they're going to go take a look and see what's going on. So a small delay here, just trying to make sure the field is good. And then, hey, just like that, Dylan Lee, the MVP, getting on that as quickly as possible. So we take this delay, we'll have Cooper Schneider up to the plate, 9-1-2 due up against Lorence here in the inning. It's been a good game so far, back and forth battle, but 4-2 lead right now for Joplin.
Yeah, we just need the offense to come alive here, James. That's what we're missing in this series now. I feel like our pitching, the fielding has done really well this game. We're just missing those bison bombs, the bison bash to really come alive here. We saw it a lot last year, and we just haven't seen it really break through here at Walt Disney Field just yet, as we are seeing warm-up pitches now from Luke Lorence. And so, real quick, I want to go over a quick score update. They have just began Game 2 of that doubleheader between the Sherman Shadowcats and Fort Smith Marshalls. And already Fort Smith has already broken down their shutout for today. It's Fort Smith 1 and Sherman nothing in the bottom of the first. So the Marshalls trying to make something happen at home.
Yeah, Fort Smith coming in today at a 1-2 record, and you know, they really need to start getting things going. Sherman has been impressive. 5-0 start their season, looking to go 6-0. Still a very long season for the way that this 6-team Mid-American League can shift.
Oh, any day is a different day, especially when you have those double headers. Those standings fluctuate so much when you have so many double headers going on because of that. There's East Texas, Northeast up to Texarkana, and of course there's so much weather out in that Fort Smith area. That's why they're doing a double header and all. And I want to also mention too, Fort Smith now 1-3 on the season because they played that first game and lost early. Now Sherman's 5-0, an impressive start like you just mentioned there, James. But every day is a different day in the Mid-America League. Anything's possible. Something I wanted to talk about is this is the 5th game of the season for the Flying Bison. At this point last year, again, we were first, undefeated like Sherman was. This is a very uncommon situation for Flying Bison baseball to not be in first place early on in the season as we're tied for second with Joplin at 3-1.
Well, Caleb, I'll say this, and I know you were here all last year. You called all the home games, and I think now after 1 year in this and knowing how well constructed, how great of an organization it is here for the Abilene Flying Bison, I think the target is kind of on the back. I think that's kind of, it doesn't matter what the championship looked like. You're the regular season champions. You showed out all of those regular season games, and I think everybody kind of looks at you as the one to beat.
Right, exactly. You gotta get a target on your back right there. You're not wrong about that there, James. And Joplin knows it. We have a little bit of a postseason history with them. We mentioned that a little bit yesterday, of course.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, you know. But fun fact, our first scruffle wasn't with them. It was with Sherman in our first road series last year. But things with Sherman really cooled down, thankfully. But, you know, at the same time, though, Joplin, I think they understand. But the staff is so different this year. There really hasn't really been tension yet, at least, of course. But no, there really hasn't been tension in this series. I think it's just been really good baseball by both teams. I just think the Flying Bison really break the ice at home. We were able to do that on the road against Texarkana, again, with, 40 runs scored through 3 games. I mean, here in our first 2 games here against Joplin, we've only scored 4 runs in the current part of Game 2 here. I'd like to see a little bit more and try to really pull this one out. But the Flying Bison are going to have to play as well here at home at Walt Disney Field to try to have the home field advantage. Hence why we were so good during the regular season. The reason why we had the regular season championship was because of these home games, because of this great fan base that we have.
I'll say this, one team, one mentality, very elite staff, and you saw that Dylan Lee and John Stark out there taking care of the water issue. Is now we're about to resume play. Again, we'll see a new pitcher, Luke Lorence, face Cooper Schneider, and then Matthew Telez to follow in the on-deck circles. The first pitch, breaking ball inside, goes to 1-0. Schneider in his season debut, 0-for-2 with a ground out and a fly out. Again, it was Aceveto's spot at the top of the order. He was substituted. Matthew Telez now in that spot. The next pitch at the knees, a little bit outside, catches the corner though, now 1-1.
Yeah, with Lorence again out of Central Arkansas, pitched a total of 15 innings, giving up 24 hits, 24 runs, and 19 up in the earned.
Yep.
Oh, he missed it there, James.
It
went off the right side right here. As a foul ball screams
I'll tell
back.
you what, that one screaming back, I don't think, if it hit the window, I would have definitely noticed. But because it hit the padding, I was looking at my scorebook. I was trying to make sure Tellez was penciled in here, but
It's the worst video I've ever seen.
for Cooper Schneider trying to get aboard. Again, a 2-run game, the tying run on the on-deck circle right now for the Bison. As this one runs a bit inside of the breaking ball, goes even at 2-2.
His walk to strikeout ratio is 13 walks to 17 strikeouts at Central Arkansas.
Lorence works out of the stretch, with nobody on. And the 2-2 runs inside. That one's going to get Schneider. So Schneider reaching for the first time this season, and it's via the hit-by-pitch variety. So you'll take it any way you can get it. Now you put the tying run at the plate in first at-bat of the night for Matthew Tellez.
Welcome back to Abilene, Cooper Schneider. I'm sure he is reminiscing of that from 2024 as well. He had a few of those, but what a way to get on base in a timely manner. This is going to be back-to-back innings for the Flying Bison, getting their leadoff batter on base, and this one's by hit-by-pitch to bring Tyler Acevedo up to the plate.
Matthew Tellez hitting here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said that earlier.
For Acevedo coming in defensively earlier in this game as Tellez takes the strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. We haven't seen a whole lot at the plate from Tellez this season, so I have to see what he can do. He did have a 2-for-2 game in that third and final game in Texarkana as the 0-1 misses out. Count goes to 1-1. It was 2-for-2 with 4 RBIs, 2 walks, and a stolen base, or excuse me, a double. But Tellez making the most of his opportunities, and once again trying to do so here with a runner at first and nobody out. Lorence on a 1-1. This is inside the breaking ball. Count goes to 2-1.
That's a good take there by Tellez. Pitchers really like the inside part of the plate in both this game and the one yesterday as well. But just a good take, like you said. He's going to take what he can and make the most of his opportunity.
2 balls and 1 strike, and the jump away is Schneider. The tag applied on the pickoff, but not in time. Maverick Williamson into a crouch. He thought that one might have been an out right there. It was a very close play. It was that shuffle to his right away from the first base bag and Schneider, and it was a quick pickoff by Lorence.
It was close for sure. I did think he got back just in the nick of time, and that's what the field umpire saw as well, so Schneider stays at first.
2 balls and a strike. Tellez at the plate. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch popped up. Foul. It's going to hit off the netting behind home plate, and it goes to 2-2.
At least he made some contact right there, which is good. You like to see it on a 2-all count here. Again, you got Keller Rivers on deck coming up too. Really like to see this part of the order really take advantage again with Schneider at first, but we have to see what Tellez is able to be capable of in his first appearance at the plate.
It's all about creating the momentum and having that consistency. Let's see if they can get consistency here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Lorence on 2-2. The pitch slider inside. It goes full at 3-2, so he would take this, a hit by pitch, followed by maybe a walk here by Tellez and bring up Keller Rivers.
Yeah, the thing about it is, James, that's a great point, but you also can't settle. You got to protect the plate. It's still a 2-strike count, but got to be smart with plate discipline here.
Full count, runner on the move briefly as this one popped up left side of the infield. The third baseman, McJett, calling for it, and he'll make the catch on the infield grass. And there's one gone. That'll bring up Keller Rivers.
It wasn't a very confident catch there by McJett, but catch is a catch, though, regardless. He down with it regardless, and good job by him. Unfortunately for Tellez there, he was protecting the plate. It looked like just got too much under it, and so it'll be 1 out in the board coming up for Keller Rivers to the plate now.
Rivers is hitless with a walk and a run score. That first inning is the first pitch. This is a bit low and outside. It's 1-0. The extra hold there, a couple seconds there by Kayala. I thought that one might have been a called strike.
Yeah, Joplin's still up 4-2 in this game. Pickoff tipped at first, nothing there. I was going to say the Flying Bison have not scored since the first inning with those 2 runs. Joplin scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th to go up 4-2. So the Flying Bison need to find a way to get back on the scoreboard here.
Here's the 1-0 pitch down low. Count goes to 2-0. So seeing a good at bat here by Rivers to get things started again. Already good plate discipline back in the first inning, walking then, but it's since then grounded out to short and grounded out to the pitcher. Here's the 2-0, runs inside. That almost got him. It would have got possibly the elbow guard on the left elbow of Rivers, but instead it's a 3-0 count.
It was sure close, and I thought that was going to get the elbow guard like you mentioned, but we have a 3-0.
3-0, misses down low. How about a 4-pitch walk as Rivers now reaches base. You bring the tying run on first base, and Keller Rivers, and coming to the plate, Davis Rivers, the potential go-ahead run with one gone here in the bottom of the seventh.
Despite being 0 for 3, he has made contact all night long with 2 of those first ground outs, was able to elevate the ball with a fly out to center. I believe that ended up being out to left center field, but he's looking at some contact here as well, potentially with 2 on and 1 out for the Flying Bison.
First and second, 1 gone. 4 consecutive balls as the chants are in. Now ball 5. That's a 1-0 count here on Davis Rivers, who is hitless so far tonight. Had a very impressive 3-hit performance. Can he come up clutch here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Lorence comes set? Here's the 1-0 pitch outside, and losing command, the chance again. We've seen the 12th man for Texas A&M use this to their advantage, and we'll see if it's getting to Lorence. He's already thrown 6 consecutive balls.
Yeah, we have the cowbells. Where are the bubbles now? We are hearing the ball chants going up. I imagine former Aggie and current Booster Club president Terry McCutcheon is leading the way up there. I would hopefully imagine based off the chats, but no, this is what the Flying Faithful are all about, being behind their team all the way. They're making a lot of noise up there.
You know, they did that to Luke at
that momentum report.
It's also fellow Aggie Kyron LeBlanc, who we haven't seen here at home. Already saw him this week. We'll see if maybe he comes into the game if need. 4-2 game, Joplin out in front. First and second, 1 gone. Here's the 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. And now goes to 2-1. Davis Rivers with a really big hack there.
I don't mind the cut. I'm just kind of surprised by it, just simply because there were so many balls being thrown. I think that was 6 straight balls thrown. That could have been the 7th one, but I was kind of surprised. But we'll see what happens with the 2-1 though. Still a lot of bat to go.
Lead away from first and second. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Another violent cut there, but comes up empty as Rivers to go 2-2. You've got a runner at second. Cooper Thunder, he reached on the hit by pitch. He's aboard at second base. Keller Rivers, his brother, over at first. And Davis Rivers trying to get on base here. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lorence a long look into his catcher, Kayala, and now finds the one he wants. And now takes a quick step off. They'll have to reset.
Yeah, I believe you'll get one of those too, unless you are to. Well, I think you only do get one of those now, based on the collegiate rules, if I'm not mistaken.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Open stance by Rivers. The pitch outside. Count runs full at 3-2. So bases loaded with 1 gone. This is a good spot here for the Bison. Probably one of their best chances we've seen so far.
Nice take by Davis right there. He had 2 big hacks before that. Holds the bat well for a full count now.
Davis Rivers at the plate. First and second, 1 gone. The pitch.
Yeah.
Wheat ground out to second base. Flip to second for 1. On over to first. Gets past the first baseman. Coming on the score to make this a 1-run game.
Oh, hang on now. They're calling the runner out at first due to interference.
Oh, hold on a second. Bison, the manager of the Bison, is going to go out and have a conversation with the field umpire. Is saying that there was interference, and Kyle Dyson has just been ejected.
Yeah, for those who don't understand, interference was called on second base. It's a double play, and I do not believe the run will score. Will stay in a 4-2 game. I don't necessarily agree with that one, James. I'm not going to lie.
We'll have to break that one down when we come back, but it's a 4-2 game. Joplin out in front. We go to the top of the 8th. You're listening to Flying Bison Baseball on Fox Sports Abilene.
still 4-2.
You're listening to the Flying Bison Radio Network.
West Tex Connect offers internet packages designed to meet budget.
Driggers Field here on the wonderful campus of McMurray University in Abilene. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Flying Bison up to the plate, down 4-2. First pitch to White, fielding a tall fly ball, shallow right field. Going under it is the right fielder. That would be Turner for the Joplin Outlaws for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out to fielding on the fly out to bring Tom Chessel to the plate. And again, bottom of the 8th, Joplin 4, Abilene 2 is the score. And, James, tell us a little bit about the coaching scenario now for the Flying Bison.
I could be wrong. Dylan Flores, I mean, he is over there at third base, but still no clarification on the interim manager right now with Kyle Dyson.
Yes, sir.
Flores does move
Working
down
on
to
it.
that spot.
Let's go!
We'll
Let's
have to wait
go!
for confirmation there, but
Come on, Luke.
tough to see Dyson go down here in this game.
First pitch breaking ball was a called strike.
Yeah.
This one going to be
Sir,
fouled off to
0-2.
the third base side to the Outlaw dugout. So it'll be an 0-2 count coming up for Chesley. Reached on an error, has a fly out to left, and a single his last time up.
What, right here,
He has an
Luke?
0-2 count right now. Rodrigo Bravo on deck. One out, nobody on here. Or the Bison Bats looking to
What's
change
it by?
that a little bit too. Previous inning had some drama to it. Trying to prevent that. Next breaking ball, ground ball, second base side, playable though. And bobbled there, but played over to first in time.
Yes.
It looked like it was going to be a weird play by Sam Slagle, the second baseman for the Outlaws, but he's able to pick it up in time for a Chessel ground out.
2 outs. Let's go.
Down to
One
the
more.
final 4 outs now. We're just needing some bit of momentum shift here for Abilene to try and create something.
Whoa.
And
Come on,
heck, maybe
get him right
it's
here,
Rodrigo
Luke.
Bravo. He's already driven in a run tonight. How about another?
It would be really nice to see our pregame guests get some good ones here as Rodrigo Bravo to the plate, the right-handed batter, starts with an outside pitch for a ball, 1-0. Rodrigo, again, like you said, an RBI single back in the first inning. Reached on an error in the fourth, has a stolen base with that, and a fly out to left field. Pretty productive day for Rodrigo. This one's inside. 2-0 coming up now for
That's
Bravo.
the one. That
We'd
was
like
his
to see
second pitch.
Brooks Carter come up. He's on deck. Is it Brooks Carter over there, Dave? Can you see?
No, he took it.
Give me
and
1
high
second.
inside
It's
and
not
strike.
Brooks Carter. It looks
There
like we'll have to get the
There
Right.
it is!
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 count coming up now after the breaking ball in the zone, called for a strike, 2-1 to Bravo. I apologize, I just can't see from my point of view right here.
So it's number 21, Tanner Wiggins, in the on-deck circle.
This one, ground ball right back of the middle, and it's going to sneak into center field for a base hit for Rodrigo Bravo. Here's the momentum like Tritley was talking about. A 2-out single for Rodrigo Bravo. His second hit of the game will bring, again, say that name for me one more time there, James.
Tanner Wiggins, the junior at North Richland Hills, Texas, from Tennessee, also with Weatherford College. He went to Temple Christian High School. So Wiggins coming in. This would be a really good at-bat, his first at-bat of the season.
It'll be a very pivotal one, too. He comes in for Brooks Carter, who went 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 strikeouts. First pitch is inside on the breaking ball
Did not get
for a
that.
1-0 count coming up here.
I mean, is that just
Yeah,
not
2 outs on the board
called,
against the
or-
Bison Bats, but Rodrigo Bravo with a 2-out single trying to change the momentum. Down by 2 at Joplin 4 and Abilene 2. 1-0 count. Breaking ball swing on the miss. Got an off speed actually that time. As Wiggins swings and misses for a 1-1 count.
We actually have correction there. That is Jacob Lang, the UT Arlington product, coming in to hit here. So it is not Wiggins hitting here in the spot for Carter.
Well, welcome back to Jacob Lang, second year on the Flying Bison. Here's the 1-1 to him. Rides inside for a ball. 2-1 count. The crowd's starting to get into it. They're starting to feed off the energy here at Walt Jurgens Field. The Flying Faithful, you can hear them in the background. 2-1 to Lane coming up. Ronald at first, 2 outs. 2-run game favor on top on the pitch. Slices a foul, first base side, and very out of play. We'll go.
Come on, get him
2
right
and 2.
here,
Get all
Luke.
2s from the board here for number
Right
21,
here,
Jacob
Luke.
Lane. You should have known that. He was a UT Arlington guy, man. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot
They
going
put
on there.
21 on that, and I just read what it says.
Read what it says. That's what the information we had. Glad for the correction anyway. 2-2 count for Lang. Big pitch coming. Way high. Full count for Jacob Lang. On deck is Peyton Bush. If I'm not mistaken, it is Peyton Bush. I can see his number that time. So Bush is on deck here for Lang. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on first here. Jacob Lang settles into that right-handed batter's box. Taking on Lorence in the pitch. Popped up, third base side, playable, third baseman under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. And that's the third base by Landon the Jet. And we head on over
got the
to
results.
the 9th inning, where your score remains Joplin 4 and Abilene 2. This is the Flying Bison Radio Network on AM.